Once in a quiet African village lived a woman whose beauty was spoken of in whispers and longing glances. Her name was Nkoli, young, radiant, and gentle. Her skin glowed like polished bronze under the sun, and her eyes held a quiet sadness that pulled at the heart. She sold oranges by the roadside, her bare feet padding silently on the dusty paths, leaving behind the faint scent of citrus and sorrow. She had been recently widowed. Her husband, strong and kind, had died suddenly. The village mourned with her at first, but then came the whispers. She's too beautiful to be innocent. She must have lured death to his door. Nkoli lived under the suffocating shadow of suspicion. Tradition said a widow must mourn for a full year. No laughter, no touch, not even a glance toward another man. If she disobeyed, her husband's spirit would haunt her. Or worse. But Nkoli's beauty made people cruel. Jealousy masked itself as morality. One evening, as the sun dipped below the trees and painted the sky in bruised orange and purple, Nkoli was stopped by a group of young men. They smiled, held out coins, and asked to buy all her oranges. Grateful, she thanked them. One of them said, "Bring them to my hut." She hesitated, just for a moment. Then she stepped inside. The door shut behind her. The next morning, villagers found her collapsed in the bushes, her dress torn, her eyes hollow, her lips silent. She had been violated, but no one believed her. They say her husband cursed her. She brought this on herself. No justice, no comfort, only judgment. Only one small girl dared to kneel beside her and whisper, "I believe you." Nkoli never forgot her face. Days turned to weeks, and then Nkoli realized she was pregnant. She stood in the marketplace and shouted her truth. But the people laughed. She's gone mad. She's using sorrow for attention. Her voice became a cry in the wind, carried, but never heard. That night, under the blanket of stars and silence, Nkoli walked to the grave of her husband. She clawed at the earth with her bare hands, weeping. And then she whispered her curse. "This village took everything from me, so I will take your joy. No more laughter of children, no more cries of newborns. May your wombs dry and your cradles rot in silence." The earth trembled. And so it was. Years passed. No woman conceived. Not one baby was born. The village fell into a deep, cold quiet, until one day, a young woman named Ifechi became pregnant. She glowed with life. Her belly swelled with hope, and the village, desperate for salvation, came to her. "You're blessed," they said. "You must sleep with our husband, so we can have children too." Ifechi was horrified. "This is wrong," she said. "What kind of curse makes you offer your men like cattle?" But envy is a quiet poison, and one night her baby fell ill. She begged the village healer for help. "You never helped us. Why should we help you?" Desperate, she prepared to flee. Then, women came to her door. Their eyes were soft with guilt. "We've kept a secret," they said. "Years ago, some of us tried to kill your baby, but one among us stopped it. She found a healer far away. Your child lives because of her." And they told her she had been the little girl who once said to Nkoli, "I believe you." Nkoli had blessed her before she died, silently, gently, eternally. From that moment on, women who helped Ifechi were able to conceive. The rest remained barren. Final message. A lie can destroy a life. A truth ignored can cause a generation. But one act of kindness, just one, can outlive death itself. Always believe the ones who have no voice. I hope you enjoyed this story. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment. It helps us grow our channel. I'll see you in our next story. Bye.